All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How's everyone going? I am super. I am super duper today. Had a great day down the beach with the kids. I'm super amped for the weekend. I'm super amped for this next leg in crypto. And I'm super amped to give you my top 5 coins and why. And they're not all because of the profits that I'll get out of them. I'll give you that much. But before we get into it, before I get into my top 5 coins, please like that video for me. Click the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're sitting on the fence. I know a lot of people watch these videos. 75% of you are watching and you're not subscribed. It's not going to hurt you to subscribe. It's okay. And click that notification bell too, please. All right, let's get right into it. So number one, there's no secrets here. And you probably know what the other ones are going to be if you've been watching my channel, but I'm just going to give you my investment thesis, kind of a quick rundown of why I got into them and why I'm holding them and why I haven't kind of left them for dead or traded out of them like I have for other things. So XRP, number one, mainly because of the chart. When you get sucked into crypto and you start watching videos and you watch chart analysts and they're like putting this chart up there and they're like, oh wow, you could get, this much percentage in an altcoin, you're like, I want a piece of that. So you kind of get sucked in on that, I guess, that hopium and that dream. But the reality is that if you were buying down here in 22 cents, you're going to get some extremely good gains out of something like XRP. So you can see now, even if we were to measure where we're at now, only even if you were buying in this kind of zone, which is that kind of scary zone that I accumulated a lot, we're already a 7x on then. So it's, under a year and we're a 7x, so, we've been up to a 7x. So there's good days ahead for XRP holders. The other reason why I like XRP, I guess the thesis behind it is that, you've got to understand the purpose of a particular crypto, and I guess the potential for it consuming another market. So with Bitcoin, it's a store of value. So people talk about it taking over gold's market cap or taking a large proportion of gold's market cap. I don't think that's the case. I just think it's gold's market cap's going to increase and Bitcoin's market cap's going to increase because more people are flooding to stores of value for the next probably 5 to 10 years. Anyway, with XRP, it's not a store of value as in you want to hold it all the time. It is a liquid asset that is used for cross-border payments. It's used for all sorts of other use cases in crypto, but it's basically a medium of exchange more so than a store of value, even though it stores value. You can buy it at 22 cents and it goes up and it goes down. So it does store some value, but it is a medium of exchange. So it's got a more practical use case. So therefore I like it, therefore I believe it's not going to zero, although it's very volatile, So that's why I like XRP. And, the other thing is that if it is used eventually, like people suggest for, a lot more derivative markets and, basically a lot of kind of a medium of exchange for a lot of kind of transactions behind the scenes in the stock market and the trading market, instead of actually trading in cash, across to balance things out, then you can see something like XRP actually increasing its market cap a hell of a lot. Because then once banks and once brokers and once a lot of people and companies like Uber are holding it to do their exchanges within their organization internationally, once they're holding large reserves of it, then it's obviously gonna naturally go up. The more people that have and hold it and use it, the more valuable it is. So for me, XRP is number one, and it's only number one in this video. I'm not saying it's the number one favorite coin because I don't have a number one favorite. It's just number one on my list. It's my biggest position. It's my strongest conviction position. I do believe that it will reach all-time high. I'm the firmest belief that XRP is going to reach all-time highs and beyond. and the rest of them I don't know. You know, I'm not as 100% certain. So that is XRP, and my exit plan for XRP would be, you know, like a lot of people, once we get up to, you know, maybe as early as $8 US, but probably more like yeah 10 to 30. You know, I'm looking at scaling out in that 10 to 30 range. Hopefully it does push up to that 30. It gives us some spikes up there and we can kind of get that last little grabber out of it. I don't believe on this bull run it's going to go to any of those 3-figure targets that some people are putting out there, but that's fine. All right, so once again, not in any particular order, game credits. You know, this has actually turned into one of my bigger positions, not for any particular reason except for money, really. You know, initially I got a small position in it because, you know, I saw the difference between buying it for 5 cents and selling out for, you know, $7. I'm like, wow, that's a huge gain. But then, you know, since holding it and since kind of getting more confidence that volume will come into it, which it has, it's been a real good one for me. And now, like, you know, done a little bit of fundamental research on it and feel like there's a bit of community behind it and it's got a use case and there's been some partnerships behind the scenes. So I like it. And like I say, you know, if I was going to suggest to anyone, you know, for a speculative gamble right now, like game credits is the one, you know, like what are we at? 30 cents and the all-time high is 7. So even if it just reaches all-time highs and doesn't extend beyond that, that's a huge gain. Like, you know, for right now in crypto, when most things only have, you know, most things are at all-time highs and beyond, or they are, you know, they're new coins, so you just don't know where they're going to go, or they're kind of 2 to 3x from their all-time highs. You know, like XRP is probably 2 to 3x from its all-time high at the moment. So yeah, game credits is one for me. And, you know, once again, XRP is like a cross-border token. Game credits is a kind of an NFT slash, you know, I guess it's used for buying things in the gaming world. So it's actually got a use case. It's actually valuable to some people right now. So as it, you know, valuable as a something they hold to spend and buy in-game stuff. I don't know enough about that, so I'm not going to try and sell you on the fundamentals of it, but I know that it's being used and it has a use case, but, you know, which is a different use case than XRP. Okay, let's get through these. Cake. I'm growing to love Cake even more and more. The reason why I bought Cake, and like this is the beautiful thing about crypto, is I got sucked into Cake after picking the breakout on Hathor. So I was kind of going, well, I did this with Hathor. I found this triangle pattern, you know, and I guess if we draw the triangle pattern again, you know, like the triangle pattern, I was like, it's going to break out of that triangle pattern. We're in a bull market. We're going to break out of it to the upside eventually. Took as long as it needed to. It took like 35 to 40 days to do it. I was accumulating all through here and it broke out. But in the meantime, you know, through the comments, I learned that you could stake the Cake, you know, for 100% API per year. And then, you know, then getting into the Pancake Swap network and learning about other things. And, you know, since getting into Moonrat and all that sort of stuff, and just kind of just having fun with crypto, you know, through the Pancake and through earning those passive cakes. And, you know, now it's like just a fun thing for me, you know, that kind of is distracting me from the need to trade and lose money because, you know, there is a couple of trades there, you know, like that I've done recently that are still in the red. So, you know, if I wasn't doing the kind of Pancake swap thing and just dabbling around there, I would probably get bored and start thinking I could trade things that weren't trading, because everything has pretty much been going sideways or backwards lately, except for today. Obviously, we've got a bit of a green day, but whatever's green today, it's like coming from a lower base. So, yeah, there was a few kind of over trades there, but that's fine. Pancake has got me on the game. And I really think that Pancake, I'm going to go back to a daily chart there. I really think that Pancake's going to fly. You know, it's already had a great run, but you see like bigger volume day yesterday, couple of hours to go. We'll see what volume happens there, but this kind of doji candle forming is a good thing for me. A bit of a pullback to kind of fire on again, So we could see this thing pushing plus 50 very soon, and then it might actually have a real decent run if all the alts go. The fact that that's happening while the rest of the market's choppy, I've been so bullish on cake. And I'm just holding that baby tight. So I don't really have an end game for cake. I think I'm just going to wait until things get really frothy and probably sell, let's say at least 50% of them, and then maybe keep staking the rest and see what happens, because it's handy having them over there on Pancake Swap and swapping them around. Maybe I'll just kind of put them into BUSD or something like that for a while and then see what happens anyway. But cake, super bullish on cake, love the cake, and just knowing the fact that like Binance Coin is doing so well, the Binance network is getting so much volume and so many transactions is really bullish for me for cake, because cake is an integral part of that because it is the DEX, the decentralized exchange. Hathor Networks, another kind of lucky one that I found. Like I saw it on exchange, like had a little bit of look into it, saw the triangle pattern, like bang, it broke out of that. So my base position is well and truly safe right now. I think I added a little bit more recently on this dip, but yeah, this is a great project because it's kind of the people's coin, I say. So you can make your own token on Hathor, which is great because, you think about the number of businesses out there that want to use crypto, but they probably don't want to engage a techie person to do it. They probably only want it for their coffee shop to do, buy 4 coffees, get 1 free, or, every time you buy a coffee, you get 1 token of our, cafe brand name. And that's what you can do with Hathor. You can actually make your own token and you can give them out and sell them and use them in your own thing, and you can have your own little token ecosystem. And then the other beautiful thing is Hathor will be eventually stepping into that fee-free swapping and trading, and probably have its own, it is its own network. So yeah, it'll have its own ecosystem. So you could see Hathor doing something like Harmony One is doing at some point. Maybe if it's not in this bull run, it will definitely be in the next bull run. Their roadmap is fairly solid, and they're busy in the background making a lot of things happen, like credit cards and, exchanges. And they're just finding real use cases for it for everyday life purposes. It's not high tech. It's not, super program related smart contracts or whatever. It's all basic user-friendly stuff that you or me can do. I think you can create a coin in a couple of minutes, so it's super easy. And look them up on YouTube. They've got some really good tutorials on how to use their app and make a token. I like Hathor. I think, like I've seen some out there targets of 50. I think that's probably a little bit crazy. I think, let's say up in the 20s, I'd start to be going, oh, should we be scaling something out? Right now, I don't know. It's just hard to tell, I have to wait till things get frothy. With things like this, you can't go, where's the all-time high? You've just got to go, when's the market frothy, and where's this thing at? What sort of a runs it had? Are we at or near a top? Should I sell? So there's no clear targets for that. It can only go up, I'd say, for now. It's getting more listings, and it's becoming more and more used. And last but not least, and definitely not my least favorite, because One Harmony has done me well in so many ways. It has increased the value of my portfolio, and it's also increased the number of subscribers that I have to this channel, because everyone seems to love One Harmony, and I think it's got a really good community. I think that's the best thing about One Harmony is the community, and I think the network is good. The Moki swap thing, the low fees, the speed of it, and just the you know, it just seems like that friendly and harmonious coin, you know. So I believe this thing can go to the moon and back again. It's just a matter of I guess the sentiment and the people, you know, like if Cardano goes out of favor and everyone jumps onto Harmony, I don't know, like if there's some uplistings there, you know, you never know what could happen. So, but you know, we're definitely seeing a consensus of $1 plus at least, which is great. You know, like it's great to see that there is a general consensus there, and we're all kind of on the same page, and just knowing where, you know, maybe some profits will be taken there. So don't be surprised when there's a bit of sideways action or a big pullback from $1 or just before $1. Because that's, you know, the consensus is the consensus. You got to listen to the masses, right? That what they say is usually what happens. So that's the top 5. You know, the one that just didn't scrape in, or maybe the 1 or 2 that just didn't scrape in, and for no particular reason except for, once again, the charts, is like things like Dash. You know, like when you see something that was down at 35 and then the all-time high is 1,500, you know, and I think I was buying around $100, so it's like it was a 15x to the all-time high. I was like, that's such a good trade, you know, like so asymmetrical. And then you learn a bit more about it, you know, and you know, people in Venezuela or people in economies where they're unbanked, you know, people are using Dash. It actually has a lot of activity for real spending of money and storing of value. So it has a use case as, you know, a store of value like Bitcoin, and also spending and using the Dash around the world. So I like that, and I do believe it will reach its all-time high. So not as bullish as XRP, as in, you know, predicting that it will definitely go to a number above it, but I think 3,000 would be a good target there. You know, it could go a bit further, but I think, you know, but in the back of my mind, 3,000 is a good number for Dash there. You know, it's kind of, yeah, that's it. I'm not going to talk any more about that. We're just under 20 minutes, and I guess the last one, another one which I still see an opportunity right now, is EOS. So once again, from, you know, $1 at its all-time high is 25, so there was a 25x from the bottom there to the top. So another one that I don't know much about. I don't really know what it does, but I see the charts and I see that it's been around before, and I see that it's still going up and it's got a long way to go. So yeah, once again, if it reached all-time highs, I'd be taking a little bit out, and when it heads on out of there to maybe up to my, you know, as far as 88 from like the full Fibonacci, but, you know, I think somewhere 50 plus would be also a really good kind of scale out point for me in EOS. So that is that. That has been my top 5. I hope you've liked it. There's still a couple there, you know, like the Dash and EOS and XRP. They're still good value, you know. And then even Hathor, you know, like, because there's no history there, you know, it's only done 4 or 5x from its base, you know, so it's not like it's super extended there, you know. So there's some good opportunities still. You're not going to get the maximum return for your money than you would if you bought at the base, obviously, but there's still some money there to be made. So my top 5, and I'll catch you on the next video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.